Hi, I'm Silver. I'm here today to talk about Confined Space Rescue.
Oh, help me!
Today we're going to be rescuing someone from a confined space.
Before we start our rescue, let's learn a little bit more about confined spaces.
I'm going to do a quick assessment of the scene in order to ensure that all the hazards are gone, get the equipment I need, as well as just learn more about the scene and what's going on over there. Oh, also I need my team with me. Before entry is permitted in a confined space, a size-up must first be completed and the necessary tools and resources needed must be requested. Next, an incident action plan must be completed, which will detail the rescue's objectives and other details. Hazards must then be assessed and mitigated to ensure safety and preserve life. A supervisor must always be present to oversee the operation and ensure that all the roles are being met and that the rescue is being performed in an organized and safe manner. A safety supervisor must also be assigned that makes sure that all safety measures are being followed and all hazards are controlled. The entry team should be composed of at least 2 responders, and a backup team should consist of at least 2 members with the same level of training as the members of the entry team. It's ideal for the team to have additional responders to make it possible to have a rotation of personnel, as confined space rescues are labor-intensive and take time.
Okay, so are you ready to go inside yet?
No, not yet. For entry into the atmosphere of a confined space, it must be tested in order of oxygen, then combustible gases, and lastly toxic gases and vapors. These atmosphere testings must be done before entry of the confined space is allowed, as well as throughout the operation, as levels of chemicals can change quickly. For testing the environment of these hazards, you must allow time for the air from the space to be drawn into the equipment and for the sensor to detect the chemical if it's present. Being knowledgeable of the manufacturer's specifications for a particular monitor is imperative. Respiratory protection often must be utilized during confined space rescues due to its protection from hazardous vapors, fumes, smoke, dust, heat, or oxygen-deficient atmospheres. In order to take part in a confined space operation, rescuers must understand how to operate, use, and the limitations of respiratory protection.
Well, according to my monitor, we're safe to go in. The oxygen levels are at 22%.
And there's no toxic gases?
Nope.
All right, we're good to go. Great.
Oh, don't forget to continue to monitor the scene as the atmosphere can change pretty quickly.
Sampling these spaces continuously helps determine if the use of forced ventilation is necessary, and the level of which breathing devices are necessary. The equipment used to carry out this monitoring must be accurately calibrated, direct reading instruments capable of measuring oxygen concentration, and must be capable of measuring the concentrations of a variety of toxic and flammable gases. If a victim is injured in a confined space incident and does not have the capability of walking, it must be taken into consideration what can be done to aid them in getting out. While packaging up a victim may seem to not be complicated, the process can be very difficult due to the hazards of the confined space greatly complicating it. Litter baskets could be used in this instance because they're designed for the movement of non-mobile victims. These litters can be used with a backboard that is placed inside the basket in order to prevent spine mobility. Training is a critical component to ensure that those with responsibilities of saving others are qualified to do so and prepared to safely and efficiently work in confined spaces. Training for confined space rescue takes place before a rescuer is first assigned duties related to confined space work and continues to occur after one first trained to ensure they continue to carry the abilities to perform a rescue. Training must be done before a rescuer enters a confined space in order to prevent the rescuer from becoming a victim themselves, leading to the rescue team now assigned to helping 2 victims. Rescuers must also be capable of using the equipment necessary for rescue, which is imperative to the rescue. Training should not be constricted to only open areas and ideal situations, which will bring a false sense of security. Training must be performed in realistic environments in order to ensure a team is ready for the complications that come with real rescues.
Thank you so much, sir. You saved my life. No problem, girl. It's just my job.